Bengals and Burrow keep it low-key after big primetime win on Sunday night. Mike Petraglia inside Paycor Stadium. Here on Sunday night, the Bengals executed early and they executed late, and that was good enough to hold off Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills 24-18. The Bengals' fourth consecutive victory. They're now 5-3. They leapfrog the Buffalo Bills, who fall to 5-4, at least leapfrog them in the AFC standings. It was the first AFC win of the year, as a matter of fact, for the Bengals, who keep pace with the Cleveland Browns and the Pittsburgh Steelers in the AFC North, also keeping pace with the Baltimore Ravens, who improved to 7-2 with a rout of the Seattle Seahawks earlier on Sunday afternoon. But here on Sunday night, Joe Burrow, he completed 26 of 38 passes on the night for 348 yards and a pair of touchdown passes to tight ends. Yes, you heard that right, tight ends. Huge night for the trio of Irv Smith Jr., Drew Sample, and Tanner Hudson. The three tight ends there combined for 10 catches and 101 yards and 2 touchdowns. Irv Smith Jr. Completing the first touchdown drive of the night in the first quarter with a leaping grab of 7 yards on a perfect back corner fade from Joe Burrow. Really a terrific matter of execution from not only Burrow, but Irv Smith Jr. to go up and catch the ball in the back of the end zone. Irv Smith Jr. also had a nice 11-yard catch to set the Bengals up first and goal at the 7-yard line. So a terrific bounce-back game from last week when Irv Smith Jr. fumbled right before halftime, robbing the Bengals of a potential scoring opportunity inside the San Francisco 10-yard line. I had talked to Irv Smith after the game, and he said it was just great not only to contribute individually, but the whole tight end room got involved, and you could tell that Joe Burrow wanted to get the tight ends involved early in this game, and he said he was very happy to be a part of that. I also talked to Drew Sample about his 22-yard touchdown right before halftime as the Buffalo Bills were trying to gain some momentum. The Bills managed to punt the ball to the Bengals after the Bengals couldn't do anything with a turnover from Cam Taylor-Britt. But on the next drive, the Bengals defense got the Bills off the field, and it was Drew Sample collecting in a pass at the 15-yard line and making a Buffalo defender miss at the 7 and rambling in for his second career touchdown, his first since 2020 against the Houston Texans in the second to last game of that season. So a big night for the tight ends, a great night for Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow, after this game, was not in a celebratory mood. He was keeping everything low-key. He acknowledged, yeah, I like the way we're playing the last couple of weeks in this 4-game winning streak. Tonight, the Bengals were able to close out the win after Stephon Diggs caught a Josh Allen touchdown pass of about 15 yards with just under 4 minutes remaining in the game. So the Bengals had to execute late to run out the clock, and they managed to do that when Joe Mixon, who had a 2-yard touchdown run in the first quarter, it was Mixon running for a first down that essentially sealed this game. Zach Taylor said when he was asked about whether or not this kind of winning streak against teams like San Francisco and the Buffalo Bills back-to-back indicate that the Bengals are back in the playoff hunt and back as a viable Super Bowl contender, he said, we don't have to worry about that right now. As a matter of fact, I don't want the team worrying about that right now. We have the Houston Texans next Sunday. Zach Taylor makes a very good point because you don't want to look ahead to the Baltimore Ravens in 10 days down at M&T Bank Stadium. Look past the Houston Texans, who got a big come-from-behind win from C.J. Stroud over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. C.J. Stroud establishing a record, rookie passing record in 5 touchdowns in their come-from-behind 39-37 win over Tampa Bay on Sunday afternoon. So C.J. Stroud certainly brings an arsenal with him to Paycor Stadium next Sunday. But certainly the Bengals were in a celebratory mood in the locker room with the Houday chant, a chant after a game that improves them to 5-3 on the season, 4 straight wins. And certainly the Bengals now have some momentum. They hope to continue that momentum next week against the Texans. We'll have you covered, as always, post-game locker room reaction and Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor reaction, clnsmedia.com and clnscincy.com. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Trags, Trags. And as always, follow my YouTube page, youtube.com/@JungleRoarPod. The final again, the Bengals 24, the Bills 18. Inside Paycor Stadium, Mike Petraglia, CLNS Media.